Now introducing the jockeys for the 86th running of the Canadian Derby, brought to you by CIBC. Riding the one with 994 wins to his credit, a perennial top 10 rider at Woodbine in top 50 in North America, the 2005 leading rider at Hastings and finalist for Top Apprentice from New Westminster, British Columbia, riding the one, academic Justin Stein. On Blue Dancer, a 4-time leading rider here at Northlands, a 3-time Derby winner, including the last 2, the 2014 Sovereign Award finalist for Top Jock in Canada from Barbados, RICO WALCOTT. Riding Purple Heaven in from Hastings Racecourse, where he is under contract. Over 1,100 wins in his riding career, which started in North America in 2001. 2005 being his best year with 177 from Peru, David Lopez. Currently 4th in the standings at Hastings Racecourse, just 3 years in Canada. A graded stakes placed rider from Mexico, Antonio Reyes. Tie for leading rider at title at Assiniboia Downs, already a winner of 2 stakes on the card, the Sonoma and the Sun Sprint. Finishing the year here at Northlands from Jamaica, Dane Nelson. The Sovereign Award winner from 2012 for leading apprentice in Canada, one of the leading riders in Western Canada here, riding the 6 Centrefire from BC, Scott Williams. Trying to follow in his father's footsteps, who won the 2011 Canadian Derby with Freedom's Traveler, riding the 7 Quality Lane, Rafael Zantano Jr. Joining us from Laurel, closing in on 1,500 wins in his career, biggest one coming in the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby in 2011, Luis Garcia. Returning to Northlands this year, currently 3rd in the rider standings from Trinidad, Tony Mirage. Starting her career here at Northlands Park before trying her trade at Fort Erie, has returned here from Saskatchewan, KRISTA Kerrigan. Regular rider here for the past 3 seasons at Northlands Park. Regular rider of Killin' Me Smalls, one of the top handicap horses at the division here at Northlands from Mexico. Riding Timeless Tales, Ruben Lara. And a 2-time Canadian Derby winner aboard Tommy Danziger, as well as Alabama Rain, with over 2,700 wins to his credit. Back riding from Mexico, Pedro Alvarado. That's your field of jockeys for the 86th running of the Canadian Derby. Now on parade, the one, Academic, who's owned by the Bears Stables Limited and River's Edge Racing Stables, trained by Tim Rycroft, the rider, Justin Stein. The 2, Blue Dancer, owned by the Derby Quest Farms and Shot in the Dark Racing Corporation, trained by Greg Tracy, RICO WALCOTT rides. The 3, Purple Heaven, owned by Ted Grayling and trained by Twyla Bensmiller, in to ride, David Lopez. The 4, Cowboys Don't Cry, owned by Tom Rycroft and Dale Stark, trained by Tom Rycroft, Antonio Reyes aboard. The 5's Wit 6, owned by Henry S. Witt Jr. and trained by Jerry Gorno, Dane Nelson, the pilot. The 6, Centrefire, owned by Curtis and Daryl Landry and the Red Diamond Stable, as well as Highfield Stock Farm. Greg Tracy trains, Scott Williams rides. The 7, Quality Lane, owned by Victor and Sharon Kleparchuk, Eric Dohai and the Viking Stables, trained by Joe Matrowski with Rafael Zantano Jr. The 8, Bodhisattva, owned by Jose Corrales in the Pan Am Racing Stable, with Jose Corrales, the trainer. Luis Garcia rides. The 9, Extreme Denigre, who's also owned by Ted Grayling and trained by Twyla Bensmiller, with Tony Mirage. The 10's Aztec Key, who's owned by the Dialed In Racing Stable, Indie Rock Racing, and the True North Stable. Craig Smith trains, KRISTA KARIGNAN rides. The 11, Timeless Tales, owned by Wild Racing, Amber Bunyak, and Ryan McLean. Ryan McLean, the trainer. Ruben Lara, the rider. And the 12's A Fleet in Time, owned by Bob BUTZ, FOUAD, KARDY, and Rick Running Rabbit, trained by Robertino DIODORO. PEDRO Alvarado, the rider. We are just 9 minutes away from the Canadian Derby. Just 3 left to load. Now Timeless Tales comes forward. Just 2 behind the gate. Here comes A Fleet in Time. The other filly, Academic, the last to load. All in, they're at the post. They're off in the 86th running of the Canadian Derby, brought to you by CIBC. No surprise here as Blue Dancer with his natural gate speed gets out to an early lead. Here comes the filly Academic shifting off the fence. She's going to chase from the 2 path. Purple Heaven pushes the pace in third, a little wide into the first turn for WIT 6. And it's back to the pair of Cowboys Don't Cry and Extreme Denigre. They've got 2 lengths between them and Aztec Key, the filly Quality Lane. Right next to them is Bodhisattva. A Fleet in Time is found the fence. Center Fire has 1 beat, and that's Timeless Tales. Opening quarter went up in a lively 23-3 for Blue Dancer, who leads by a length and a half over Academic. WIT 6, perfect striking spot in third. Purple Heaven's taken back into fourth. Cowboys Don't Cry is fifth. He's got 2 lengths between him and Extreme Denigre. Bodhisattva advances on the outside of horses. Now Aztec Key kicks in. A Fleet in Time between runners. Quality Lane still a pair behind her. That's Center Fire and Timeless Tales. The half went up in 47-3. It's still Blue Dancer. He's out on a length and 3/4 lead. Now the filly Academic turns the pressure on. They've gapped off about 4 lengths in front of the pair of Purple Heaven and WIT 6 as they pass under the wire with a lap to go in the Canadian Derby. It's Blue Dancer clear by a length over Academic. Still third and fourth for Purple Heaven and WIT 6. Bodhisattva has Cowboys Don't Cry to his inside. A line of 3 right behind him. Extreme Denigre. A Fleet in Time has advanced with every stride. Aztec Key still wide. Quality Lane, Center Fire, and Timeless Tales. 6 furlongs up in 1:12-3. Reasonable fractions here for Blue Dancer. No change, Academic in second, but here comes WIT 6 advancing inside of her. Bodhisattva is now fourth. Cowboys Don't Cry fifth. Purple Heaven's had enough, not his day today. It is still Blue Dancer. Now Academics found her best stride on the outside. WIT 6 down on the fence. These 3 separated by just a length. It's Academic striking the front in the Derby. Back into second, Blue Dancer. WIT 6 third. Gap of 2 lengths back to Cowboys Don't Cry and Bodhisattva, and down the stretch they come. It's Academic pouring it on, and Academic's cleared off by 5 lengths in the Canadian Derby. It'll be a filly in the 86th running of the Canadian Derby. Academic by about 6 under the wire. WIT 6 will be second, third for Cowboys Don't Cry. Bodhisattva fourth. Blue Dancer finished fifth. With the results having been declared official, now entering the infield stakes, winners in closure. The winner of the 86th running of the Canadian Derby, brought to you by CIBC, it's the one Academic. Academic is a 3-year-old filly by Henny Hughes and of Awesome Lass, bred by the Spring Farm in Ontario. Academic is owned by the partnership of the Bear Stables Limited and Riverzet. For his 3rd stakes win of the afternoon, Justin Stein in to ride the filly Academic, who returned $9 to win. The exact of 1 in 5.
And 60 cents. We'll catch up right now with Jeff.
Actors.